Well, well, well. Guess who's back in the news? Georgia fans, guess who's back in the news? Everyone's favorite princess, diva, high school wide receiver recruit from the class of 2016, none other than Savannah's own D-Rob! Demetris Robertson. Do you guys remember this guy, D-Rob? Where have we heard this name before?
You know, I can't let it go. I can't let this go. I gotta make another one. Now, listen here, D-Rob. Listen to me. Listen. Now, I was your friend, sir. I supported you. I stuck up for you against these other UGA fans who were tired of your games. So, talking about we didn't need you and we didn't want you. I stood up for you. Now you owe Uncle Lou. Look at this vein in my neck, sir. I just ate an entire month's worth of blood pressure pills because of you.
Yeah, that's right. This guy almost caused Uncle Lou to stroke out. I had a stroke and a heart attack at the same time dealing with this guy. If you don't remember exactly what happened, number one ranked wide receiver recruit in 2016 by a lot of the recruiting services. Everybody wanted this guy. He had Georgia in his top 3 or whatever it was forever. Signing day comes around. He says, not signing today. Sorry. Ends up putting it off. Now, why is that a big deal? Well, each team only has so many players they can sign, right? So if you want D-Rob and he tells you, I might be coming to your school, you leave a spot for him. So that's one less kid you can sign on signing day. So what happened? First Wednesday in February is signing day, February 2nd or 3rd, whatever it was. That day comes and goes. He says, nope, not signing. Rest of February goes by. March, April, what was it, May? This clown finally ends up committing. And what does he do? Commits to Cal. Commits to Cal over the hometown team. Georgia, Kirby's first full recruiting class, trying to get some momentum going here for the future. This was back in 2016. We got plenty of momentum now. But it spurned UGA really and Kirby and pissed a lot of people off in the process. Now, what really pissed people off about this was not the fact that he enrolled at a school not named UGA. This happens all the time. Listen, you hear this phrase, Kirby's got to lock down the state of Georgia. Now, I agree, there's certain key recruits every year you want to try to keep in state, but Georgia's got too many elite high school athletes. You're not going to keep them all in Georgia. You're going to lose some every single year, right? That's like saying Florida should sign every elite athlete out of the state of Florida. You can't. It's too many. You only have so many kids you can sign a year. That's not the issue with this drama queen, D-Rob, right? Doesn't commit on signing day, puts it off, 2-3 months later. Does he just announce his commitment? No. Does he just fax his thing in regular? No. He does he do the thing where he puts a lunch table in the gym at his high school and puts 3 hats on it and chooses one? No. What does he do? This guy hops on a Greyhound, goes to Atlanta to the College Football Hall of Fame to announce his commitment announcement, whatever the hell, 3 months after the fact, right? He's up there on his stage. There's a whole big rigmarole going on. He's got this giant Bob Ross looking easel thingy, my Bobby, that's covered in this black sheet or whatever. And he's, this whole rigmarole. He walks over, he yanks the sheet off, and what's under there? A giant picture of a G? No, an upside down cow logo. I'm not going to get into that whole thing. I'll put a link to the entire D-Rob video from when he committed to Cal if you want to check that out. It's probably one of the most angriest videos I've ever made. I caught a lot of heat for, he's just a kid, Lou. Well, how about this? He ain't a kid now, right? That was 2 years ago, so he's got to be about 20 now. So it's not that he went to Cal, it's the whole rigmarole around it. It's putting it off, stringing Georgia along, putting it off, going to the College Football Hall of Fame to do his commitment ceremony, then picking that, left coast, WAC 12, snowflake team, Cal. That's what irritated people. So, back in the news now, though. Transferring out of Cal for undisclosed personal reasons. Uncle Lou tried to tell you, sir. But you didn't listen, so here we are. Now, I don't know if D-Rob even has the slightest interest in now coming to UGA. I don't know if Kirby Smart and UGA even have the slightest interest in him. I have no clue. But a lot of chatter, a lot of talk over the last week or so since this news broke from Georgia fans and a lot of these dog forums and Facebook groups and Georgia fan pages and stuff like that. A lot of talk, a lot of chatter over the last few days about D-Rob. A lot of this stuff has sort of boiled back up to the surface, and a lot of fans are still angry. You're looking at one. It really pissed me off what he did, and a lot of fans feel the same way. So, D-Rob, I'm going to talk to you now, man to man, sir. I ain't going to lie. When this news came out, my initial reaction was to give you 2 fingers up.
And it wasn't the thumbs.
And tell you, don't even, forget about Athens, don't come nowhere near it, don't want you, don't need you. That was my initial reaction. I'm not going to lie. But, like I said, this news broke a few days ago. I've had a little bit of time to calm down and relax. Maybe I should have if I would have made this video the day this announcement was made, this video might sound and look a little bit different, but it doesn't. Anyway, I've had a few days to kind of calm down, relax, and think about it. Oh, and I also saw this. Yeah, 50 catches, 700-something yards, 7 touchdowns as a true freshman. Hurt last year, only played 2 games. So, hey, water under the bridge, sir. I understand. You wanted to, whatever, sow your oats, whatever. You wanted to get away from home, whatever, man. Water under the bridge, dude. Forget it. Forget it, man. Come on back to Athens if you need to, sir. Come on back to Athens if you need to, sir. Ain't no big deal. Look, listen. Now, seriously though, D-Rob, a lot of the fans, they really are upset. So, I mean, if you want to come back to Georgia though, here's all you need to do, sir. Okay? These are my demands. Okay? After having talked to a lot of Georgia fans over the last few days about you, sir, these are my demands. These are the terms for you, D-Rob, if you want to now come to the G. Now that they're at or close to the top. Now you want to try to come on. You know, you're like, D-Rob is like the Alabama fan of high school recruits. You know, you couldn't find an Alabama fan in 2005, 2004, whatever, all those years. You couldn't find none. Really, from 93 to 2007, you couldn't find no Alabama fans start doing good. Now it's Alabama fans everywhere. D-Rob said, new coach, man. Don't really know what they're doing. Got rid of Rick, man. Maybe let me go to Cal. Now he sees what happened last year. You would probably jump back on the train. But anyway, these are the terms, sir. Unfortunately for you, they're non-negotiable. But like I said, I've talked to a lot of fans, and I feel like this is fair. Okay? Number 1, we need a direct apology to Uncle Lou. Okay? Like I said in that video I made when you announced your piss-poor decision to go to Cal, I had your back, sir. I stood up for you. A lot of Georgia fans had turned their back on you long before you ever committed to Cal, okay? Because of all these hoops you were wanting people to jump through, this whole rigmarole, the drawing it out thing, the diva princess routine. You lost a lot of Georgia fans long before you ever committed to Cal. Like I told you, I had your back the whole time, sir. Went to bat for you, stood up for you. And basically you tried to piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. So what I'm going to need for you, sir, from you, sir, it's just a personal apology to Uncle Lou. Okay, do it any way you want. Press release, video, tweet it out. Doesn't matter as long as I see it. That's number 1. Number 2, a general apology to Dog Nation in general. Not for going to Cal, but for the way you handled your recruitment and stringing Georgia along and the whole College Football Hall of Fame deal and not signing in February. A general apology for all that. Okay, that's number 1, and that's number 2. Number 3, whenever you make any sort of announcement about what your plans are post-Cal, right? We don't want no top 3 lists. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing from D-Rob anywhere that says, yes, I'm transferring from Cal, and these are the 3 teams I'm considering, or these are the 2 teams, or the 5 teams. None of that. None. Okay? If you want to come to UGA, your only option is to make an announcement that says, I'm going to UGA. No one else bother me, contact me, call me, or anything along those lines. I'm going to UGA and that's it. We're not getting into this whole space race with you again, sir. Not happening. Not happening. Make an announcement that you're coming to Georgia and enroll the next day. That's it. Those are the terms. Apology to me, apology to Dog Nation, and no top 3 list, no commitment ceremonies, none of this kind of I'm announcing. I don't want to hear nothing that says I'll be announcing my decision on August 15th. None of that. Nothing. I don't want to hear another word from you until you come out and announce I'm going to whatever school. Okay? That's it. That's it. Period. Those are the terms. They're non-negotiable and they're fair. They're fair. Anyway, thanks for watching, D-Rob, and have a good morning too.
You better be glad you got out of the SEC. How are you supposed to beat SEC level coverage when you couldn't even beat that cow picture out of the sheet that was covering it?